My name is Daryl Kemsley. I'm a full-on car addict. I'm pretty obsessive with it. I really like classic cars. I have a 1977 Datsun 280Z, of course the 1981 infamous Delorean, and also I've had a 944 Porsche Turbo. I grew up in a little tiny apartment in Hong Kong. There's not really much to do as a toddler in an apartment in Hong Kong. So I watched a lot of movies. My favorite movies growing up were A New Hope, Star Wars, and Back to the Future. And I think I was 3 or 4 when I realized I can't park a Millennium Falcon in my garage. So that's when I decided I wanted a DeLorean. And when it actually came to this house right outside in a big 40-foot truck. It was surreal. I remember when they opened it up and just seeing those tail lights light up and then the car backing out, the door opening. It was just a dream come true. And I didn't waste any time. I got in and I think I spent most of my living, breathing time the next week just driving that car. Every time I got in that car, every time I drove, it didn't matter if it were to the grocery store, to a restaurant down the street, or to the gym, along the way, everyone would give me thumbs up, everybody would honk, everybody would almost crash into me because they're trying to Snapchat and drive. That thing is a time machine. Not just quite literally, but it just embodied everything that was good about the 80s, you know, and everyone loved it. Because I had put so many miles on it when I was driving it every day, I had to let that car go. I'm always financially minded, and that was first. I found a buyer and he wanted to come buy the car. The day of that he was supposed to come, I was turning left and all of a sudden there's a really big impact and jerk that scooted me forward from the back. And then I realized, oh, I was rear-ended. And then I noticed dark smoke coming out the back. At first, instantly, I just panicked. And then the smoke got worse and worse. So I pulled over and I opened up the door, went around the back, and I noticed a flame. The flames were over 6 feet. I was probably in that parking lot for 3 to 4 hours. And the car just got burnt to a crisp. I was crying. I was sitting out on the curb. It was sad, but I didn't even know what was sad about it was to come, or how life defining that moment was going to be for me. The whole time I was just, oh my gosh, I've devoted my whole life to this hobby. I've devoted my entire working professional to afford this hobby. The emotional toll was so much more than I could handle at the time that it just completely changed me. And now with hindsight, I would say for the better. Back then, I've wanted something my entire life and I got it. I had crazy momentum behind me and it kept on snowballing and rolling. I became very depressed. It changed my perception of self. For the first time in my life, I really questioned myself and my abilities. I really doubted myself. I had to have everything taken away from me to realize that I truly am capable. And I had to have the biggest doubts about myself to realize that I truly am intelligent. And I had to have my dreams and aspirations literally burned down in front of my eyes to realize my dreams and aspirations are not what I really wanted. With hindsight overall, do I regret any of this happening? Not at all. My biggest regret was if I were the person 2 years ago that had that DeLorean burnt down. If I were to just teleport back then and be that guy, had sold that car for $70,000, to have still been in the businesses I was in, to have invested that money into what I was going to invest it into, to have that play out, I wouldn't know who I am right now. And I'm sitting here in front of you as the man I always knew I was going to be.